What's up, everyone? Midnight Stories 32 here. We're about to go over the Westfield Stalker and the wild events that took place. I'm telling you right now, this story is absolutely nuts. Before we get into the content, please like, comment, and subscribe to help our channel grow. This story follows Derek and Maria Broaddus and their three children. In 2014, the Broaddus family bought a beautiful new home in Westfield, New Jersey for $1.3 million. The home was previously owned by the Woods family over the last 23 years. Right after purchasing the home, Derek was working on some renovations for the property before he could move his family in. Derek took a short break to go check the mail and saw a letter that wasn't addressed to his family, but instead referred to them as the new owner. And the letter reads, 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 20s, my father watched the house in the 60s, and now it's my time to watch the house. Why are you here? I will find out. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Better for me, your old house was too small for your growing family? Or is it greed that brought me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and I will draw them to me. Signed, The Watcher. Derek's mind is obviously racing and thinking about all the horrible things that could happen to his children. He immediately reached out to the Woods family to see if they received any unusual letters before they sold the house. The Woods family said that they did receive an odd letter, but they didn't think anything of it. The next day, Derek, his wife Maria, and the Woods family went to the local police station to file a report. The lead detective took the case very seriously and told them not to speak to anyone about the case because everyone in the neighborhood is a suspect. A few weeks had gone by and there wasn't much progress in the case. Then, a second letter came in the mail, and this time it was addressed to the Broadduses. Clearly, the Watcher had been doing his homework because he now knows the family's last name and even addressed the kids by their nicknames in the letter. Just wait, it gets so much creepier from here. The new letter asked if Derek and his wife were going to let the kids play in the basement. Because if he lets the kids play in the basement while Derek and Maria are upstairs, they won't even hear the kids screaming for help. By now, so many questions are running through their minds, like, why is the Watcher after us, and what is he going to do to my family? The pressure of the stalker's threats and the mortgage payments for a home that the Broadduses don't even live in started to build up. Derek claimed that he started to experience depression, and Maria started to see a doctor for PTSD. Derek and Maria both agreed that they will not move into the house until the Watcher is identified and arrested. Some weeks later, the Broadduses tried to sue the Woods family for not disclosing that they had received a letter from the Watcher before they sold the house. Ultimately, Derek and Maria lost the lawsuit. The news ended up finding the lawsuit in public records, and it drew a ton of local and national attention. Derek and Maria, completely upset with the situation, finally decided to put the house up for sale. They didn't receive any serious offers due to the psychopath wreaking havoc on the home. Derek eventually became obsessed with trying to identify the Watcher and purchased a home security camera to monitor the exterior of the home. He also hired an FBI agent as a private detective. Due to little progress on the case and the increased attention, the police department decided to place a senior detective on the case. The new detective was able to identify some DNA that was left on the second letter. It was a woman's DNA. But who was the woman? And why did she have a vendetta against the Broadduses? The police identified several suspects in the neighborhood, and all of them agreed to doing a DNA test. None of the results matched. Since no one wanted to buy the house, Derek and Maria decided to put the home up for rent. Surprisingly, one man agreed to rent it out, but he wanted a clause saying that he could leave without penalty if the Watcher strikes again. Literally within days, the Watcher sends a third letter, basically threatening the new renter. The renter obviously hightailed it out of the property. Fast forward to July of 2019, the Broadduses finally sold the property for $960,000. The Watcher was never identified. If you liked this video and are interested in learning more about true events, please subscribe. Until next time, Midnight Stories 32.